Hey everybody, Nick Blazer here, back with round 14 of the WBIF Individual World Championship. 9-4 against my opponent El Primero. It's going to be Australian player named, what is this? David McAllister. I feel like I've seen this name before. But yeah, I think he had like open level stats on there too, or something like that. So should be an exciting matchup. I've been surviving on this last life for a little while, and I hope I can keep going and keep playing more matches. We'll see. We'll see. I guess I am. What is my run right now? I think I got to like 5-4, so I'm on four of them now. I just have to win like 1,000 in a row to win the tournament. But my next tournament's coming up. I think I still have the old graphic on here. That's fine though. Let me pull that up real quick. Yeah, sunny Florida happened already. UK Open happened already. Jamaica's coming up. I'm gonna fly out there in a couple weeks, and we're gonna be playing some backgammon out in Jamaica. And as soon as I get home from that, I head out to Denver for the Wild West Shootout. So you can catch up with my commentary there. And hopefully we will be. Oh, cool! Looks like my opponent is here now, so I think I can invite him to play. There we go. And Roth. All right, I split with the 6-3 open. I hope you do too. All right, yeah, not a lot to do with the 3-2, but I mean, I think usually you would split and duplicate some number is the idea. So if you split to the 21 and play down to the 11, then fours look pretty duplicated. Hitting on the ace, usually using your whole roll to do that, it's a little bit of an overplay. But okay, everything links up with fives. I'm happy. I'm winning the race. He hasn't split. 13 pips, quite a bit. So he's under a lot of pressure to split right now, actually. I think he probably needs to there, even though it's 10 in the zone. So what should I do? I mean, I think I still need to develop to have a cube here, but this is already like a pretty decent lead. 18 pips this is, huh? I don't think it's enough this early. Like, I guess I need to think about market. Wow, I'm rusty. I haven't been playing backgammon much. I've been moving and stuff like that. But my thinking is cloudy about this. Yeah, so if I make the 5 or something like this, is this going to be a market loser? Maybe. It's going to be, I've already got 10 in the zone. It's too late to split. But he's likely to have a better board very quickly. So I think I'll take a roll. But yeah, I guess he can't hit this at all either. 6-2. Is he ready to try it? Yeah, so this is just going to be, I don't know. I like this. Could be a little bit early, but I develop very nicely. If I make a 4 prime, he's in a lot of trouble. It's just too late to split against 10 in the zone. There's just a lot of problems with this position. And he doesn't actually have great timing for an ace point game either. So eventually he's going to have to bite the bullet and split, I think. But I think I was noticing at the UK Open too that there's a lot of very experienced players that are happy to sit back on this 24-point game a lot longer than I am. A lot of people are like pretty comfortable with that game. What do I do with this? There are blots everywhere. I need to hit something. I can't quite reach anything. So I guess I have to volunteer as well. Duplication looks irrelevant. I guess aces aren't that good, so I guess we should just do this. But the 3s could also cover, so maybe slotting the front makes sense. But I like the extra pressure in returns if something goes funky. But this got interesting. That mixed it up quite a bit. What is he going to do with this? He has 6 blots to clean up. It's going to take a little bit of doing. I guess like what jumps out at me is covering the ace and hitting loose on the 3. He can point on ahead and leave a double shot instead. Okay. I guess if he's gonna hit, does he need to do it this way? I don't know. Okay, this is gonna be a good return. All right, this is gonna be a fun first game, I think. We just barely reach here, so we have 4 back now. Oh no, he gets a back game out of this with a checker dead on the ace. Okay, and only 41 pips of timing. Yeah, why am I complaining? Everything's fine. We are going to prime him. And then the 5 is less clear here. I really don't like stacking anything up or playing in pure. I don't see his path out of it if he hits with an ace anyway. So I think we should play like this and try to keep focused on building this 4. Is this really any better, though, than stacking up the 6? Maybe not. Let's think about that. Maybe I don't want to volunteer a shot. I do want that point for sure. But how is this so much worse than having a spare on the 8? And is it worth being hit with an ace? I do leave ways to make the 10 point. Not enough of them maybe to be relevant. This feels interesting to me. So if he hits with an ace, does he have time to scramble and do anything? Probably not. I'm going to go for this. I think better distribution and stuff. It feels like it's probably worth it. There's going to be a lot of weird plays in this one. I would not be surprised if he's supposed to split up to the 21 or something like that in a game like this where he just does not have an ace 3 times. But I don't expect to see many players do that. Yeah, most of them are going to sit on 2 anchors. And that's probably the right idea here. I don't know. I could slot the front and keep the prime, or I could switch to the 4. Filling in the 4 seems fairly important. I could also fill in the 2. Okay, I see that now. So, but this kills a bunch of checkers for making the 4. I don't think I can afford to do that. So, sure, let's make that. Oh, he has a path out if he hits me with a fly shot or something like that, though. I don't love that. It's a point that's like attacked by 2 checkers too, so I think this is worth something. Maybe I actually want to bring this in. Yeah, let's do it like this. Four, 1. Okay, that's good for distribution. I would like to wait a little bit longer for him to actually crack his board and lose all his timing. Should have a little bit of time to do that. This is forced. Ooh, that's not a fun forced move either. Maybe I should have seen that somewhere. Wow, it feels like this game like nearly worked for him despite not having any timing. Okay, I think I ought to cover now probably, but I could clear a point. Ooh, he's forced off his anchor already, and I'm ready to attack. Things are looking good. The 2 hits, I don't think I can afford to leave it direct. 3-6 and 1-6 is a lot less. A lot fewer shots. What about 3-6, 1-6, 3-4, 1-4? Yeah, I guess we should do this. Distribution's better the other way, but I don't absolutely need to make the ace, I don't think. It's going to be uncomfortable if I don't. Wow, I'm out of 5s. So I think it's time to leave 3-5, 1-5 to get a spare here. Ooh, good time to switch. All right, we got lots of gammons. I'm still would like to attack on the 24, but I don't think I want to do that, like hit loose against a 5-point board. So I've been playing it conservative. Okay, that just barely fits. How aggressive do I need to play to win a gammon? 1, 3, 6, 9 is 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so if he enters and starts making progress, I think I don't win as many gammons. So I think I'm going to peel here, but like clearing the 6 is very important too. But I have to put a 7th checker on this point too. I don't know. I'm confused by this. 4-1 is a pretty nice clearing number. Let's do that, yeah. 6-5, okay, rewarded. All right. This particular game is less fun now, but he still has a lot of work to do to win this, especially the open deuce. So the closeout I would have to pass for sure. So threatening to cover it could actually be enough. I feel like that's a good time to get the cube in. Covering it is like market loss for sure. Yeah, so I think even the threat of it, 1 checker shy, feels like, But he might not. Most of the time he doesn't, then I can roll a 2, and then I still have a lot of work to do. So it's not like I gain that much. It's probably enough to let it go. I'll just pass it. All right. No, I don't want to play down. Dang, I was going to win a bunch of points. Was the plan. All right, I got hit twice. Cool, I'm already getting a feel for style here. He likes attacking in the early game, likes sitting on his 24 point, doesn't want to give that up. Yeah, I've seen a lot of players like this. 5 is going to hit. And then, oh yeah, he doesn't have 5s from the roof, so let's give him 2s instead. All right, he gets to cover the ace with 3 back and 7 in the zone. Things are looking okay. 6-5 can make it around the bend, or it can just sit there and cover the outfield. How about we just do that? It's kind of tough for him to attack, and he really just wants to dump checkers the outfield here anyway. 2-1. All right, that's not what I had in mind. I will leave some fly shots, sure. 2s can't do a whole lot. I guess he could blitz, but it's just not enough material, and still 3 checkers back. So probably we're covering the 9 and then figuring out the rest. I didn't see this loose hit, but I guess it's reasonable. 3. Do I want to hit again with this? No, I don't mind if he makes the ace, but I hate giving him all these. This is a lot of shots. This could be more shots. Should I just hit on the ace for that reason? It might be the fewest shots. That's really weird. Let's try it. I don't know. Does get a second blot involved. That's a problem with it. All right, we are gonna hit. Things are still looking pretty good. He's got 4 back now. I'm threatening quite a bit. If I point on head here, he might be toast, huh? Still got a lot of play. Maybe I'm happy to claim it if that happens, especially when he enters. Trailing at the score, maybe I should have gone for it, because this feels like a pretty... Actually, is this... Yeah, this has got to be like a monster pass. So I think I missed my market here. We'll see. You could always take it. These are always tempting when we look at it, like our anchor and the ride home and the 2 checkers back. But the made ace is a really big deal and really not good. And let's not let him have a second anchor. Yeah, sure. Let's do it like this. I think it's a good time to go for that. 4-2. I think I just need to make progress around now. I'm a little confused. Makes me feel weird about my play. All right, we'll do that. 4-2. That doesn't do any better job of covering the ace still. Nor does a 6-4, but that does make the 2 point. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, he's got a little more play. I'm still happy to have gotten the Cuban. 2-5. Everything else breaks structure, so we will just pop out. He needs 6s out too. Yeah, it's just not fun having to blitz with these 3 checkers back. There we go. Or sorry, 4 back and now 5 back. We could hit. I guess I probably doesn't feel like he should, but okay. I guess the straggler is moving. Oh, he gets to establish the 16. That's a pretty strong piece of defense there. The 5 not so good. So maybe he won't. Maybe he'll just come around to the 5 instead or something like that, but it is a lot to give up. To like have to give up the 13 or something. That is a pretty huge asset too. All right, that clears a point nicely. Maybe that takes more pressure off of him. I wonder. If he can get a 6 or a 4 moving, then I can have problems clearing the 16. But for now, he's likely to want to give up the midpoint next. And the fly shots are really good. So maybe I should just do this. I don't know. I like overthinking. I do have the better board too. I'm covering more of the board this way. Feels okay. Let's see. We are clearing points. Why do I want to do that one? Why not that one? Yeah, probably that one. Okay. All right. We got another one of these games where I just have to come home safely. I could win some gammons or I could lose. I think probably not a lot of gammons in this one. I think I want to get the point ready to clear, though I do have some bad 6s coming up as a result. And he's quite ready with his double 2s now. Okay, 4-2 clears. Very nice. Where's my 3? Probably from the 4. So does it help at all to take the checker off the 6? I don't think so. 1s play, 2s play, 3s play from the 4, 4s play from both, 5s play from here, 6s play from here. Yeah, okay. Guess I should stay even. All right, he's running low on timing. And yeah, I will not be volunteering a shot. Ooh, I can attack and close out still. Not a whole lot of pips outside to chase him with, though. I think I need to even out there. I think the gammons are very unlikely, so safety is taking priority here. And I don't know if he has... Maybe I should clear the 6 there, actually, for the same reason. But I'm thinking that he doesn't have the timing necessarily. Might have to leave on 6s soon anyway. So I think I'm going to prioritize ripping here. Because if he doesn't go, he's got to break his board anyway. So, sure. Just bear off like he's not there. All right, he gets off the G. We're going to be tie score, 11 away, 11 away. Yes, except a single game. I don't really like messing with the resign, though, because I'm scared I'm going to screw it up. But I think heroes works well. So 6-3 splits, okay. I do not waste the whole roll hitting. I will make 2 points. Yeah. I think you typically like to make the 11 and the 4. Okay, I will make the bar and the 5. That looks really nice. And we have a mutual holding game. He's got the timing and I have the race. So if I can escape safely, I'll be happy in taking that opportunity. I need a set to do that, mainly. Maybe 2 sets. I think it's too far away to like really threaten it. I must have... Actually, I don't know if I have any market losers. Maybe 4s is good enough. But like 5s even, I still have to clear the midpoint and stuff. So, okay, 5-2. First real decision. Can I start giving up my board to just try to come home safely? I think I have enough race where that makes sense. And, whoa, I don't know. I'm just going to play like I'm only racing. Sure. I could clear the 8, but I really want the 8 to bring everything else home. So I think I'm going to be happy to shuffle a bit for now. I'll try like this, buy time. So even if he rolls 6s, I think I'm still like dead even in this game or something. So safety seems like priority. Okay, now he has to leave something on a 6 as well. So I think I've bought enough time. It's actually not a bad time to volunteer though, is it? He's like very loose there. But it's 3s. 3s aren't particularly well duplicated. It's going to get a lot worse. But if he hits, the back and forth is really bad for me. So let's do this first. All right, things are looking good. Yeah, better. This could be Gibble. Yeah, what is this? 18 pips in the race? I'm happy. Maybe he's got good enough contact to take it still, but yeah. Even here, he can be the one to volunteer the shot. I can lose my market. I think I'm supposed to send it. This does feel better. I think his play was probably right here. Feels like the contact's a lot better. The way that he found it. All right. We got to ditch that blot. He's going to give me the freedom I wanted anyway. And should be smooth sailing. Fly shots aren't too scary yet. Oh, he gets there. But he has to leave the double shot. Probably worth it. I guess I have to watch my time here too, huh? Oh, he doesn't want to hit, huh? I don't know if you're going to get another chance really all that often. I mean, definitely not now. So that can be a problem, right? But I mean, he's going to be... I don't win every time I hit either. I don't know. I'm usually pretty bold with those, I guess. But that one feels... I feel good about hitting there. Can't wait to see how I know nothing about backgammon anymore. It's entirely possible. I got to get out there doing 2 weeks of commentary so I can remember everything I used to know. before I lose in this tournament. So maybe I'll have to play one more match before that. It's the 11th when I'm recording this, and I travel on the 27th. Okay. A single game. Yes, I accept that. Okay. It's not failed me yet. I run, so he runs. Okay. It's a bold move. Let's see. What do I do with this? I don't want to run. Guess I'm just unstacking and building. Fives are blitzing for sure. I am ahead 9 away, 11 away. I have 10 in the zone. I have the race. If I just escape, I can win. This feels worth a cube. I don't think the score is going to matter a whole lot here. I think for money I would send this, and so I want to send it here. How certain am I that I would send it for money? If I point on ahead and he fans, like that's pretty serious market loss. And he's still in a lot of trouble even if I just like safety this blot up. Yeah, I think I better send it. And that one he's happy to pass. Cool. Could be right. 8 away, 11 away. I got to remind myself of this stuff. 6-5 looks like it's going to make the 3-point. Okay. Get to start with some awkward distribution. He's going to give me a 6 to hit. I will not get it. 5-4 doesn't play on the other side, so it's going to have to play down. 6-1 can probably split and clean up, but he likes the ace point, so he's going to hit. Yeah, if he's going to hit, why wouldn't he hit twice? I think he'll do that. Yeah, that feels like the style. Okay, I get one in. It's only 9 in the zone, so I don't think I have to be scared yet, but I do have to think about the score. 11 away, 8 away. This on a fan could be enough to just let it go. Okay, but instead, I get to anchor and hit loose and kill his blitz. So things are looking pretty okay at the moment. 2-5. I don't have any better fives, so I guess the tempo is all there is. Any fans? That's kind of him. 5-3. I don't like my 3. I must have to cover. All right, I guess the midpoint's going. I really don't know there. He gets to anchor up, but if he does, he has to play 13-8, so I got a little bit to work with. 6 would be very helpful. Ooh, what do I do with this? I can make the 5 points. I can clean up the blot. I can advance my anchor. How urgent is advancing the defense? If he covers the 17, then I'm in big trouble. So that's probably more urgent. How urgent is making the 5-point? I do want to follow up on the attack if he leaves, but he's not in a big hurry to do that yet. Well, he's ahead in the race. So he will have to leave soon. This just seems like the easier game to play when we're kind of even and he can't really develop his position. So I guess I'll do that. I don't know. It's a lot of shots to leave. The 6s to come off the anchor, the aces to hit in the outfield, but hopefully I can survive that. Can't clean up the 6. Okay. So 3s and 2s or 5s and 4s? I don't know. It's more connected this way. Two 5 does not reach. I could put this on the 5 and not create another blot. Yeah, let's do that. Gives up a lot of outfield. He gets the cover, and now the outfield is wide open. So 5s and 6s are very happy for me. So he's going to blitz instead? Yeah. Could be reasonable. I was thinking maybe like running makes sense somehow. 6-5 lands in a place that I don't want to be. Right? Yeah. So I guess I'll do this. Yeah, this is an interesting game that we ended up in. I don't know what he should do with, like, what his game plan is or what he should do with this 5-2. It feels like he should want to run, but he's not that much ahead in the race. This feels like a fairly safe run, only indirect, and I have 2 blots in board, and he has the better board for now, so yeah, I guess that's what I'd do. 6-3 is going to cover 2 points. That's pretty nice. Oh, did I just click the target and it went there? That's kind of cool. And instant 5-point board. Everything is very scary. He's going to get a blot to safety. I'm going to roll a 2 or a 12. Or I'm going to establish another outfield point. Okay. The 4 is a pretty nice place to land. He doesn't want to continue with the 3 really, but he's getting closer to home. This might be good enough to send the cube on if I can't hit him right here. Yeah. This is a particularly not good roll too. 3-2. So the 3s cover anyway. I guess 5s. 5s don't do anything. I think I want to volunteer here against this 3-point board with my 5-point board. I don't think I can afford to break it. But he must have market loss here, but I still have game. I guess the race isn't completely dead when he just gets to safety too. So I think I was going to have to play that one, and I am no longer going to have to play this one. I believe myself to be dead. All right. I give up. Uncle. There we go. And we're going to play 8 away, 10 away. Small lead. 5-4. I'm going to have to tempo hit after he splits the bar. He's in the best builder position he could be in, too. And he's going to hit twice in response. Okay. Nice and bloody to start. Classic 4 or 5-point kind of decision with the extra spare here. Maybe it's worth playing pure. 2-4. 6s look kind of duplicated if I pop out, so I think that's the place to be in. The 3s and 1s are not. He's going to go for the anchor. Okay, he doesn't necessarily need one. Maybe he just wants to give it up and run. So, but it is a lot of returns, I guess, if he hits on the bar too. So maybe that makes sense. He still has a better board, so I don't really want to play 13 to 11 yet, I don't think. But I do want my anchor for sure. I don't have a lot of material to work with either, so I do need to get things unstacked at some cost before it gets a lot worse. We got 2 6s gonna slot the 5. Okay. 6-1's awkward. Except my board's not ready, so it's not so scary. All right, and also I miss, but I get to make some board. Minor improvement for him. Ooh, this is not a whole lot better. I guess, does this give up the 8? It's like the only safe play. I don't think he can afford to hit for a double shot. I don't know if he can give up the anchor for a double shot either. Because even when he gets away with this, we're still in like a 50-50 kind of contact game, I feel like. So, 1, 2, okay. So we can make this. And then I think I probably just want to come around with the other blot. And when I missed, I get to cover a lot. Ooh, this is getting good for me. If I make the 5 prime, have I lost my market? He still has some counterplay, maybe, maybe not. I think, how does the score influence this too? I mean, I'm not sure for money that I should cube this, so I probably shouldn't have the score. But let me cement that. So I roll a 5 or a 1 with a whatever, and he hits. I probably have still lost my market with the 2 blots on board. And him not at the edge of the prime. It looks pretty strong to cover a 5 prime here, doesn't it? And I guess... I'm not sure. Okay. Let's send it. I guess, yeah, I regret this already. I mean, the issue with it is that when I don't cover, then I think he's winning. I don't know. Oh, but he passes. Okay. Maybe I got one through there. I don't know. It's a nice bluff, right? No, I don't know. I was going to cover a lot, and maybe my play's a little bit better than I'm thinking, but yeah, those can be pretty sketchy. I think I need to... I think there's a lot of priming threat here too, so it's a good time to split. Yeah, I wonder about that one, if that was strong enough to send. Positionally, it was very good. The race was not great. 9 in the zone. I don't think I want to just volunteer in front of the anchor. I think splitting's okay here. I'm going to go for that. He has an advanced anchor, so I really want to before it gets worse. He does have the better board. Yeah, I'm happy to take here. I think. It's 9 pips. He has the race. He has position. And he has some threats, but it seems playable. Can there be any way I'm supposed to pass this? 7 away, 10 away. I was not thinking when I split that I might need to pass this. It doesn't seem like enough material, but if he hits an I fan, sure. If he hits an I think I have to play this, though. He hasn't done any of the things he's threatening to do. And as long as he doesn't, like, whiffs like that, then I've got a really strong game. I think. I guess I don't always make the anchor either, so I don't know. He wants to hit. That's a fun play. And I get to make the anchor? Okay. Well, my take worked, whether it was right or not. And 3-1 doesn't hit anything. What? I think I want to slot this, but maybe the distribution isn't good enough to put a checker on the best point. Maybe I'm supposed to play off the 6. I don't know. Could be more flexible for some 6s and such. This probably is worth putting a spare on the 8 instead of making the point. I own the cube at 7 away, 10 away. I'm not going to get to send that too often, but this is the kind of game where if I roll like a big set and get ahead in the race. There's my last 6. Ooh, he doesn't have a 6-1 to play. That's kind of bit him twice now in this game. My aces that... I don't have a ton of aces that hit necessarily. I don't think ace-deuce is one of them. I think it's a little too sketchy to give up my anchor here and a lot of returns with the blot and board. So I don't think I need to do it. So we're in an even game if I don't. If I hit, he probably hits back less often than he doesn't, and he still has a blot when he hits, so I'm trying to talk myself into this. I have similar boards. So I definitely am leading the race after I hit, though. And if I leave it there, I leave 5s and 4s, so 5-5, 5-4, 1-5, 1-4, and 2s, and 1-1. That sounds like 19 shots, so he's like a favorite to hit. Yeah, okay. But he doesn't like win all those either. But I don't always clean up after I hit either, and I still have to come through an anchor game. I don't know. I'm really going to do this. Just be patient. I think usually you want to just keep it simple. Okay, is there any reason... I need to maintain my board. It's kind of part of the problem with doing this too. So this is a mutual holding game is likely to end in contact. And I'm not winning the race as much as the other game where I was being very careful on the ride home. He's got the way better board, so we can afford to do this. Feels like a worthy risk. This feels like a worthwhile risk. 5-2, 5-6, 2-2, 2-6. And I can lose a gammon when he hits those. It's like 7 numbers. And when he doesn't, I'm winning for sure. But I still have work to do. I think I have to go for it. I already have the cube. I still have some work to do. I think I gotta wait a little bit. We get to duplicate 5s too. 5, 5, and 2, 5 is it. Things are looking good. He's going to reduce some contact for me. Let me get this blot to safety, and then I will feel like it's about time to send the cube at normal scores. 22. Yeah, this must be a money cube. So can I afford to send it at 4 and risk it coming back in at 8? There isn't a ton of overage. I probably prefer to lose my market, and this is still takeable. The points are worth more to him, I think, a little bit here, too. Guess I better roll. Not sure about that. And do I want a 6 to play? Sure. I think it's to come out to a bar point holding game. Is that better? I know I'm supposed to double this for money. Yeah, I guess he's not really getting it to an 8 cube all that often. I'm going to leave a shot and he's going to hit, and I'm just going to lose the game. So it's not that valuable of a cube that I'm giving him. Unless he can break away in an even race and catch up that way. But 21 pips is kind of too much for that, so I'm inclined to send it. It just can't be a pass is like the part that sucks. Yeah, usually the recube take point is going to be tougher. Like I said, okay, the recube doesn't matter too much, so we can probably take a little deeper. Is there any chance that I like... My instinct is that I should want him to take this and play it out. Like, that's okay. I don't really like risk that much when he gets to 7 points. That will usually be the result and rarely 8. So it feels like a good like theoretical spot that way, but I don't know what the numbers are. And if I'm actually supposed to lose by market first or something like this. And I have decent timing too. I don't know. I'm sending it. It's just a game that also feels good to gamble on, whether it's right or wrong. It's pretty comfortable what's like supposed to happen in this game, you know? 5-3. Okay, I don't think I can volunteer even though I reduce the shots pretty significantly here. So let's start destroying our board. Four, 3. We can wait one more. I hope I don't roll a 5-1 or a 6-1. And I'm still killing the race, so I think it's okay to do this. And he's going to have to start destroying his board too. Nice. I waited just long enough. Oh, he doesn't have to. And I can still leave a lot of shots here. I do not. Hooray, my 4 cube's going to work. I cannot imagine a way that I could lose this game anymore. All right. 4 off. Maybe I'll win a gammon. Yeah, looks like probably not. 3 away, 10 away. I will not have to think about the cube as much. Ooh, could I still lose this somehow? That'd be funny. It's probably possible. All right. 3 away, 10 away. Things are going well. Maybe I'll get to play another match. We'll see. 5-3 is going to hit. Have to be very careful about taking the cube, too. All right, blots all over. I think this is the one I want to hit and then come around the bend. I don't see what else I would do with the 4. He does get to have his bar point anchor slotted. All right, not a bad start for me. I don't... So worth just making the point? Yeah. Does he want to come off his bar point? Probably not. Not with a weaker board and all this stuff. So really wants that link. So I'm kind of okay offering to let him hit me. All right, I can make this and just pop out and try to come around. We're playing simple games, just trying to escape. And if I can break all the contact, then the cube can come into play again. All right, I clean up. I'm happy. I'm still like, this is good. I just need a little more structure to have like a money cube. And if I can get to a money pass, like with gammon threats with the extra checker backs, it's actually not a bad place to send it at 3 away in general. I don't know about this 3 away. That's so far ahead. 4s and 1s are both duplicated. So maybe I should just slot the better point. It worked. Yeah, I still feel like I've got some steps to get to a cube here. Covering would be nice, but it doesn't feel like market loss to me. All right, the 6 is great. But then I have no 4, and I would have to volunteer a double shot. So maybe that's not the idea. So I guess I probably just do this. That's not fun. All right. And I get hit, and I'm in big trouble now against a 4-point board. I wish there had been a safe play after the double 2s. 2-4 is not bad. I feel like this is enough life. I am getting afraid of being attacked with the better board, though, but I'm ahead in the race still, so maybe at this big of a score discrepancy it's worth sending. I don't know. This would have worked, though. Oh, he enters. Bummer. And he gets the hit. Okay. It's a nice tempo. This feels like there's play, even though I'm on the roof. Not all my aces are very good for entering. 5-point board's pretty strong. This is scary. He's got a lot of work to do to come around, though. So you have any, like, disaster rolls immediately? Probably not. 4s is okay. 5s is good. 3s is fine. Oh, he does still have that extra checker back, and I still have the racing lead right now. But if he closes me out, I can lose a gammon. He's so far away from doing that. Oh, I feel like I have to play this. But I have the open 5. That part sucks. I don't understand. My entries are really bad, too. Man, I feel like I'm supposed to play this, though. It's a lot of work to close this out. I keep saying that, but like if I enter on the ace, I'm not doing that well. So closing out, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'll just let this one go at this score. Usually he will gain 8 pips and will be like roughly even in the race, and I will not enter. And then I don't think I like this game. So I'm taking on the idea that I might enter, even though my entries are really ugly too. And they're going to volunteer shots. Okay, let's try, I don't know. We'll just give up 1 point. Play the simple way. It's like John Giorgio's strategy. Why give up 2 when you could give up 1? All right. 4 is going to hit. Does the 5 want to hit as well with 9 in the zone? Just play simple for now. Gammons are worth a little less out of 3-way score trailing so much. It's going to be hard for me to leverage that. So I am incented to play more simple. Putting on head seems good. 10 in the zone. I don't get hit. Things are looking okay. Maybe a blitzy kind of position where I could think about sending the cube at a normal score, but here I need to be a little more patient. I get hit on the 4s. I don't know how you should play the rest of it. I got a lot of returns, though. That part's nice. If I don't hit back, I'm kind of overrun on my front position, though, with deep points. So I would like to hit back, please. Okay. I think I'm gonna. Not clear, though. Yeah, I better with a better board. I want to give 6s from the bar for some reason. 3s and aces are just aces. I guess I should do this. I don't know. More material. I don't know. This is tricky. My blitz, I need to continue that, so I'll be hitting loose. At least. Pointing on head is better. This looks really good. 3-away, 9-away. Still have 3 checkers to bring around, but I have 12 in the zone. I have a racing lead. I have a 4-point board against nothing. So I'm just winning this a ton. It's pretty hard for him to win this. And I have some gammon threat too, and it's probably better to claim and rarely too good at these kinds of scores. There is still game left. Yeah, let's try. If he feels like he can win it, though, then he can take and play on, so, okay. Maybe it's too good. Maybe. It's hard to be by too much at the score, though. All right. 5-3, I think, makes the ace here. Those can be weird ones to spot. He's going to stay pure instead. Okay. 3's going to hit. And is the 6, 2 looks duplicated more than the 3? Yeah, 2's everywhere here. Okay. 2's and 4's. 5, 6. The 6 doesn't look great. 2-away, 9-away, even harder to send the cube. Gammon threats can't be present almost at all, or just aren't going to be relevant. This looks like this. Leaves some returns from the bar for sure, but I'm nearly escaped when I missed, especially 4s. It feels like I'm supposed to do this. Blitzing at this score is weird, but oh, he fans too. Yeah, I will always be playing this on too good. Oh, this is a blitz position, so I think it's probably better to just do this and make the deep point rather than making the 5. Well, we're going to try to win the match here. 4-2. That's the best way to get material involved. I think we do want to... Oh, man. That's a bummer. I wanted to close him out. Oh, he's going to slot? Okay. I like that. 5-4 makes the 5 point. Everything's looking good. Fly shots are not scary. We are still playing for a gammon mostly here. Making the bar point or the 3 point would be pretty good, I guess. There we go. Ooh. I guess I make the 3 point instead, but maybe that's easier to make and maybe I want to keep him primed. I think I'll do this. We can still somewhat comfortably slot for a little bit. Oh, if he splits, I'm hitting it for sure. I hope he does that. All right. Yep, we'll do that. And I guess there's no reason to leave a blot out here. Well, it's more covers. Yeah, let's do like that. I don't know. 1-4 misses. Everything's rolling home nicely. What does this do? That goes in, that go, okay. So I don't have enough of them. So probably this is going to be part of it, and then I have to, oh, if that is, yeah, I guess I have to do this to not leave a shot, don't I? Is there some other, like, pre-clear the 6 garbage? I don't think so. Yeah, I guess I should do this. 5-6 is going to leave a shot? No, I'm fine. Okay. And I think I'm still winning enough gammons to play. So we will continue. This is getting a little sketchy. His offense is looking very good. So I do need to consider claiming. Yeah, this is awkward. And when he plays around, the gammons are going to go down a bunch. This is going to be still too good. Probably like, maybe it's like 10% gammons or something weak like that. Probably more. Yeah, and I probably lose more than that. I mean, he has to pass if I double it. That part's nice. Is that what I want to do? I don't know. I was just supposed to play. I think these tend to be too good, but I'm like struggling to remember right here. It's not like a large amount of gammons. Oh, he's playing to save it too instead of to win when he gets the shot, which I guess is kind of good. So I can still win this pretty easily right here. Okay. Send another back. He's going to... Oh, he fans? Nice. Oh, 2s will work, I guess. 5s comes in 2. All right. This is getting silly. Am I ever going to win a gammon here? I have 5 off. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I should just double because I don't think he can take it. Oh, he does want to take. Okay. Well, I could win the match on this game. This is, if he has a perfect board, I think it's a take after this. He forgets to cube me too. I wonder if there's market loss there potentially. But yeah, I don't know. This feels like he would have to pass from here too. I don't really know. 2s are not duplicated and 3s are. So does he really want to use a 2-1 to hit instead? I should just get closer, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. This could be the match. It's looking good. Oh, cool. He is accepting his loss here. And how did we do? Sweet, an 8. That feels about right. I felt a little bit lost in that one. But I'm happy to survive it. So we'll have another round in a couple weeks or something like that, probably before I travel. But thanks so much for watching, like always. And I will be back in round 15 with a 10-4 record. We're getting down there in the number of players left. I should look at that real quick. How many are left in this tournament? If I look at it. I'll pull that up quick. I'm going to save my match here too. But yeah, I think we're under 100. I don't know how far I need to make it in order to like start making the money and stuff like that too. But it's pretty cool to have like a nice deep run and be winning more than I'm supposed to and all this kind of stuff. More than I'm supposed to. 10-4 is like a better winning percentage than I'm probably meant to have on average in any sort of tournament like this. Okay, it's taking forever to load this up. I guess you can go look at the WBIF World Individual Championship screen on your own. Sometimes navigating it's a little bit slow. If we leave here and drop that. Did we load there? No, okay. Well, you guys can look it up, and I'll be back eventually with another match. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everybody.